Now, I said to take a look here at the Arrinera Hussarya 33's car hunt riot. I have a time there at 420, which, yeah, it is currently in the top 5%. I have a feeling that around the top 450 cars are in the top 5, because it was when I passed the 900 or so mark that I went into the top 10%. This is a really long course and a very strange supercar, air quotes, for this one. But I said I'd give it a run through, trying increasing my time around this large hill. It's a really cool car, but it's definitely like one that you have to treat like a C-class car, not a car that's 4,000 rating. Because I was trying to throw this one around the track at first, like drifting and like crazy barrel rolls, 360s and stuff like that. And I just kept hitting off walls and stuff, because it's, yeah, the way it's like the weight of the engine and stuff in a 360 will actually just throw the car off center. So just like, really you have to just watch out for the AI as much as possible at the start here. Nightmare. I don't know why they're included in our car hunt riots. They're not in the global version at all. But yeah, you have to be kind of rid of the AI by the time you come up to these ramps here. Otherwise, go away. Otherwise, yeah, they will just knock you off center when you're trying to get into these ramps. And like the footpaths on this, most of this track, except for near the very end, the footpaths and impacting walls in this thing don't kind of cost it too much speed. Not as much as actually drifting does. So there is places where you can kind of go over a small bit of the footpath. Really, really, again, you're no drifting at all trying to come around here. Just light turn the whole way. Don't drift. Because like you'll find that the car just drops speed and its nitro isn't strong. Like the car will use up all its nitro and will not make it back to full speed. Try and go as straight as possible down on the side here. And around the bank. Fill up the shockwave. And try and get back most of the speed. Try and avoid the going off center there as much as possible. And send your car high as you can here on this, because yeah, you just want to build up that speed in the air again. Blue nitro. And here's the part where you really have to watch out for this footpad. If you go onto this kind of wavy footpad at the outside, you just drop straight down to 140 miles an hour. Like that, see? Perfect example there of how not to take it. You can just go straight here, straight over that first ramp, straight on the second ramp, in for the top, and just grind it along the walls. You see, like what I mean? It's like this speedometer, if you watch, like it doesn't drop too much below the 200 mark once you grind along the walls. Load of traffic there along the end as well for near misses. 386. Very good old computer. My first PC. Yeah, that should do me for the 222. Very, very nice. But yeah, like I said, like hopefully you see there's not much in the lines of crazy flare and like high flying stuff. No real air 360s. Because I find that when you do the air 360s in this, you'll find it like it'll do one fine, and the second one, like the car's engine weight seems to put it off center a bit. And yeah, it really messed me up a bunch of times trying it on those ramps and stuff. And like I said, it's a cool car, but it's a C-class car. So it really, really doesn't handle like being thrown around the place as like its rating is what 3.8k for myself, but really like it does not handle like, you know, an S-class car of that same thing. It's clearly a supercar made on a budget. But yeah, like again, those footpaths at the start of the race, you'll find you can actually go over them a fair bit. But just coming down into the tunnel there, then it's just like you have to just pretty much keep the car straight. But again, if you still have AI around you at this point, it's pretty much over, because if they hit into you when you're trying to go around that bank, would top 5%, and that should do me. I think it's 230 spaces to spare. Congrats to X-Man, just the one. You Santos, the big monster, and Formula 1 driver number 1. Schumacher or Senna? Torn. Schumacher. No. Torn. Never mind. I let F1 driver number 1 decide. But yeah, you can see like my version of the car here. If I go into it, you can yeah, I have like all the epic import parts with the exception of the 2 on top speed. I usually go for top speed last most of the time. But hopefully this car hunt Riot will fill off that. Gold, my very strange Arrinera Hussarya 33. Like I said, it's not a bad car. It's just, yeah, it's not a supercar and it's not an S-Class car as much as the rating kind of suggests that it might be. I definitely think people should kind of keep that in mind when they're doing this car hunt. It's beautiful, like, and it does want to be a supercar so much. But yeah, it is just like I said, it's clearly made on a budget and it's missing some of the stuff. And I do love the fact that they've actually made it kind of wobbly and less stable and stuff in the game. Like, it's just a case of a reminder. It's like, it's a C-Class car. But yeah, hopefully that video helps out. Kind of might get a few people some extra import parts. If you haven't taken part in the car on Riot already and you do have the car, make sure you place any time at all, because like, yeah, the more people who take part in these, the more rewards for everyone in the higher brackets and stuff. Stretch them out. But like I said, at the moment, around the first 450 are the top 5%, and yeah, 900 then are in the top 10%. So yeah, just there's your goals where you need to hit. And like 206 that I was in at the start of this is just barely inside the bracket for the top 5%. 204 and below that should be safe, I'd say, all the way through till the end of the event. But I'm going to shut up and get back to grinding all these other daily events, because yeah, they've included an absolute ton of pretty cool things. Oh yeah, make sure as well that you check out the daily quest today for the Maserati. Even if you have that car fully unlocked, which is a really cool other C-Class car, yeah, there's an ongoing chain of quests for it at the moment in the daily quest. Today's one actually has 15 tokens in it, times 3 if you do it. So there's a bonus 45 tokens for anyone who hasn't taken a look into that today, because they might have the car maxed out. But yeah, guys, as always, sub button up here for me. Indie Rowdies up there. I have another one going up later on, maybe today or tomorrow. Chromagun, weird Portal clone. And yeah, other videos from my channel over at this site, so you may see me messing around and doing some bits and pieces in Asphalt or other games. Alright guys, good luck, drive safe.